Hi guys, myself Sai Krishna and I'm pursuing my masters in the field of data science and this is my first semester. Today we are gonna know about my observation on the top data mining tools for healthcare industry. Whereas we are going to the summary of the paper right now and the references are same as listed below in the field paper which was given by professor. Now going to the section 1.2. For the data mining tool in the healthcare industry, we are gonna getting a large amount of data where we need to do data analysis and we need to perform such actions to get an accurate results about the observations which helpful for the patients to go on diagnosis further. For the vast amount of data which we are getting, it is so difficult to process and analyze. For this, we currently using two kinds of methods to process further. Statistically, the techniques which we use here is viewed as a primary data analysis technique, and the data mining as the secondary data analysis technique. Due to limited exposure, data mining by the medical research health practitioners, where the groundwork of the both techniques is under the mathematics only. It extends to the other subjects such as machine learning, database systems, and visualizations, which brings an overall traditional statistic techniques as well in this. Okay. Furtherly, we know about the most popular open source data mining tool in this session. We can know the controls and complexity of the data works on a healthcare applications with the selected criteria. To get the accurate results, it is not easy for a data mining to just get whatever the result which was wanted. Like, there are so many complexities were also performed in this process, whereas we are gonna get about a best tool for the data mining in the healthcare industry. Besides, this article is also covered the various procedures and capabilities and comparison with each and every model with respected to data types and data sets, and everything was covered almost very cleverly in this session. Besides, the writers have also examined 13 research papers related to data mining to in order to get a good result. They also provided information related to data mining tools and selection criteria and various key concepts also, which is very well. Going to 1.4, data provided here is very confidential and sensitive, which is in a short words, which is very raw. Like, we need to analyze further for getting the output. When the data needs to be distinguished on separate categories, like target attributes is used for this, which is also known as classification. Firstly, we will do the classification. Whatever the raw data which will come, we will classify it with respect to some classification like attributes. We will use some target attributes and we will classify the data for the further. Whereas in further clustering method is used, we'll get a different type of data sets, which is data types, which can be might be a text document or graphs or something. When we don't know about what kind of data sets, like what kind of data types, we use a clustering method where we use it to partition different kinds of data sets into a different subsets, where we use this clustering method. Coming further with an association, here we will find rules, like what was the rules between classification and clustering. Like, in classification, I clearly said that we will use attributes method. So further with this, it is a relationally equally component to the classification and clustering. We use an association model here. After that, we will detect like what was the fault data or what was the outliner detection. Like, there is no use of such data will be there na. So in this part, we will finally use outliner detection. to find which is unusual, like which is not useful for the data mining. So we will remove such kind of data with the help of outliner detection. And whereas coming to the data characteristics, we will get a numerous various data here, a large amounts of data, which it will be very highly, I previously mentioned that it is very hard to analysis the data in a data mining process, where it was the first complexity to distinguish what kind of data. And the second one is we need to store the data in somewhere, like which is very high, like which is very hard to store the data, where we use the cloud data in a web, while by using IoT and several platforms we can use the cloud data over there. After storing that data in a cloud or something by using IoT, we use it to stream, like we use it to it was in under supervision, like what will we do with the data, like we need to analyze, we need to supervision the patient's condition or something. We use it to use this streaming data, so that the patient's what was the condition and everything will be streamed under some supervision. We will use this streaming data for that process or analyzing. Where we use multiple data sources also coming in this session, like we are having so much multiple data sources, like we are analyzing something, we need a source which will helpful for us to analyze. And there are different kinds of data types which I already mentioned earlier, which is numeric. For example, the age and weight of a patient, and coming to the text like car plate number and everything. We use it to give the address of a patient, where we can get a car plate number and everything. And documents and image, like we will get an x-ray scanning report and etc. Graph, which is example of a cardiac patient whose heartbeat is measured, right, where we can get a graph, and audio signals, and speech and video of a patient. Where we use it to get these are the different types of data types, but there is a dirty tape data, complex data, and everything is also there in these things. And whereas coming to the critical capabilities of a data mining for a healthcare industry is, which is a performance and scalability, data access, data preparation, user experience, advancing model, and data exploration and visualization. These are the most important capabilities of a data mining tool, which was explained by authors very shortly and very interestingly. Whereas coming to with respect to like these critical capabilities is distinguished with the domain requirements, which was based upon the factors like large amounts of data, cloud data, like I have explained earlier, like it was separated each and every factor by with respect to the capabilities. Now we're gonna learn about the most famous open source data mining tool, which is there are different kinds of open source data mining tool. One is KNIME, and coming to the other one, which is Rapid Miner Interface and RStudio Interface. These are the examples. Like Skitlearn is also an example for open source data mining tool, where here we the criteria factors, like we gonna learn about an observation, like we going to the 1.6 session. Whereas the most what was the main idea of this paper is to find a better data mining tool, best method for identifying data. Is the only goal for this paper, like which was equally descripted, and the factors which was labeled with a decent explanation here. Whereas coming to the 2.1, authors has described each and every detail smoothly by distinguishing every tool according to its capabilities, which makes user to read thoroughly, like smoothly, without any difficulties. Any user can understand this. Besides, they also mention the methodologies and variety of data types and functionality in a good manner. After comparing the various tools of data mining, the Rapid Miner is the best methodology for the healthcare application which is feasible for almost all kinds of operating systems. It can be run in Windows, Mac, and everything. Furtherly, in real-time healthcare centers, we use RapidMiner tool, which adds on a practical knowledge and future research in a field of fertility. Like this is my view. Like if we use the RapidMiner tool in real time also, like we are using, if we use more, we will get what were the complexities, what are the results. Like we will you if we get something feedback, we can furtherly improve it. Like that was the future research which I thought. And what I learned in this paper is what are the different kinds of data types, and how a data mining process will be done further, and what are the data types and everything I learned in this paper. While going to the section 3, these my questions on this paper are, how come data mining in a healthcare industry manages customer relationships and detects fraud abuses? And additionally, data mining in a healthcare industry optimally identify effective treatments. Thank you. Bye.